Hey folks, I'm Pete and this is Pete's Eats Cooking Videos. Today I have a super treat for you. We're going to make crispy chicken and you're going to love it. And I guarantee it's going to be a go-to for you and your family. And I'm going to show you just how to make it, how easy it is. So let's begin. So here's what you're going to need to make the crispy chicken. You're not going to believe this. You need the whole chickens. You buy the whole chicken, salt, pepper, and a non-stick frying pan. That's it. There's one other little thing, and I'll show you that in a minute. But it's that simple, and it comes out fabulous. There's only one thing that I think may prevent some people from making this chicken, and it's the fact that we're going to take the backbone out of the chicken. But please, watch. It's so easy. Don't be discouraged. I guarantee you'll do it in no time and your family will be so happy. So let's begin. Okay, so here's the whole chicken, and you see them on sale in the grocery store and you think, wow, that's really great, but what am I going to do with it? And you keep walking by. Never do that again. You buy the whole chicken. So here's the whole chicken. All I've done, it was tied up, so I took the string off, and that's all I've done. So now you want to make sure you understand which is the breast side. You can see all of the meat here of the two big breasts. One breast on this side and one breast on this side. And you have the legs here, the wings in the back. And then you flip it over, and this is the bottom. It's much flatter, you see. And this part of the chicken, the backbone runs right down the center. And I want to take out that backbone. So I'm going to cut down one side. And then I'm going to cut down the other side. I'm going to take that backbone right out and open the chicken up. Now I can do that with a knife. You can use, if you have a nice kitchen shears or good strong scissors, it'll do it easy peasy lemon squeezy as well. So now I've got, this is the bottom of the chicken. The breast side is on my side. And all I want to do is I want to remove this bone that runs down the center. When I look inside, I can see, yes, the backbone is there. Now I like doing this with a knife. You can do it any way you want, but the only rule is don't cut yourself. So I'm just going to run this knife down this one side of the chicken. Oops. And that's it. I've got it opened up now. And so now I can open up the chicken and flatten it, and then I'm going to cut out the other side. Maybe I'll do the other side with scissors. We'll see if that works. Okay, so I'm going to lay it down and we'll get the other side. I've never done it with scissors. Let's give it a try. So these are the big shears. Oh yeah, this is easy. You could do the whole thing easily this way. So rather than running this under the tap, I'm going to just clean it up with paper towel, get all this coagulated blood, if any. There usually is some, with the paper towel, okay? And the reason for that is I don't want this thing sopping wet. There's no problem. You want to run it under water, go for it, no problem. But just dry it with the paper towel afterwards, okay? I'm going to turn it over like this towards you now. And so you see here are the two breasts, okay? There's just two more things we're going to do before we start frying it. One is we're going to season it with salt and pepper. And the other is it's flat, but I want it flatter. So I want to just compress this down to see if I can get any of these bones to break and make it a bit flatter, okay? So there's all kinds of ways to doing that. And maybe what I'll do is I'll use a pot. Okay, so I've got a piece of tin foil here. You see, this is going to come in handy in a second. I've got a big heavy pot. I'm just going to press. You hear that? It's breaking. The bones are... Oh, that's a good one, yeah. That's really going to flatten it out nicely. And away we go. That's really nice and flat. That's perfect. I'm going to just put a little bit of sunflower oil in the non-stick pan. I know it's non-stick, but I like to do that. And then I'm going to season the chicken. I'm going to put a little bit of this Herbamare. I don't know if you can see that Herbamare. It's a lovely spice. You can just put salt if you want, but Herbamare is really nice. And then some pepper on one side. Beautiful. And now I'm going to turn it over on the underside. Oh, that's great. I'm going to do the same thing. And that's it. Now the chicken is fully seasoned. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this chicken in the pan, breasts down. So the breasts will be at the bottom of the pan. all the skin will be at the bottom of the frying pan, okay? So I'm gonna do that right now, and then I'll meet you at the stove. Okay, so I've got the chicken nice and flattened in the frying pan, and now I'm gonna turn the heat on. I'm gonna put it like sort of a little bit more than half, almost 3/4 heat. And now I need to weigh it down. Now there's a couple of ways to weigh it down. What I often do is I put a piece of foil on, the same piece of foil I used back there, and I put a heavy pot on top. Or today, I actually have a stone brick that I wrapped in foil, and this is heavy. So I'm gonna try using that today. So all this is a big heavy patio stone brick. I'm gonna put it on top, weigh that down. And now I'm gonna let it go. So we're gonna let this go for about 25 minutes and let her sizzle, and don't touch it, just let it sizzle, and that's it. I'm gonna do another one. I'm making 2 chickens today, and I'll use the foil with the pot on top for the other one. We'll see which one turns out better. Okay, so I got the second one, and the second one I put foil and a heavy cast iron pot on it, and it's starting to go. You can hear the first one, it's sizzling really nicely. I know you want to check it, you want to flip it, don't touch it for 20 to 25 minutes, leave it, let it get really crispy. Of course, you can move the brick around if it's not pressing the whole thing down. Once these are done, they're 20 to 25 minutes, we're gonna flip them and put them in a hot oven for about 15 minutes, about 425, 435. Okay, so what we're going to do, this has been about 25, just under 25 minutes. And I've moved the brick just to distribute the weight a couple of times. And I'm going to do the big, but I haven't touched the frying pan, I haven't touched the chicken. So now we're going to do the big reveal. Okay, I got rid of the brick. Oh, she's sliding around nicely. You can see there's lots of oil. Now, if I flip it and I don't like it, I can put the brick back on and keep going. But let's see how she looks on the other side. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. So you can see how crispy that skin is. It's just perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the chicken in the frying pan and move that fat around, and I'm going to put it in a hot oven about 425, 435, again for about 20 minutes. So I'm going to put that right in the oven. So here's the one that had the pot on it. Oh, magnifico. Look how nice that is. So I'm going to pop that in the oven for about 20 minutes as well. So there you go, right out of the oven, crispy chicken. It's like rotisserie chicken, homemade in under an hour. Now I'm going to give you a hint here. As soon as you take this out of the oven, you cover that handle, because it can happen to anyone. I'm just saying, do not let that handle stay exposed, okay? That's very important. Now let's take it out and cut it up. So I'm going to chop it up now, and the first thing I'm doing is going to go right down that breastbone and divide it right in 2. There you go. And now I'm going to separate the thigh drumstick portion, and then I'll cut the drumstick and the thigh. Where's that? Okay, there we go. That's beautiful. Put that over, move that over. Look how crispy that is. And now I'm going to cut this breast in half. But I'm going to leave the wing on. That's actually very elegant, very French, eh? To leave that, let's give it a chop. Oh, leave that wing on. And I'll do the same thing to the other side, and I'll pour the drippings over it, and it'll be absolutely delicious. So you can see how beautiful and crisp that is. I guarantee you everyone will love it. And I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to take those drippings out of the pan, those wonderful, tasty little buds, and I'll put it on top. And are you kidding me? No one will leave a piece behind. I hope you enjoy it.